All right, demigods. So basically, we're going to be doing an oil change on a 2013 Ford Escape. I think it's a 1.6 liter EcoBoost, the one with the oil filter in the front of the engine. So that should be fun. You're going to use 5W20. You're going to need a 10 millimeter to take off the undercover, a 13 millimeter to pop off the oil plug, catch pan, funnel, and a 13 millimeter. So that, yeah. All right, so this is the oil pan right here. You have your transmission right next to the side, so make sure you don't take off this little one. I think this is more like a 9 or a 10 or something, so you shouldn't have any issues if you pull your 13 down here. Just a little knock on it. I like to put this long ways. We've got some good clearance, which is the only thing nice about this oil change. The filter's going to be a real bitch. I don't know, it looks real chocolate milky. This vehicle has had some radiator issues. We're losing fluid from the reservoir rather quickly, so that might not be the coolest thing, bro, because that is really orangey. And really milky. And it's not overheating or anything, but it is losing radiator fluid. There could be a couple of various things in this vehicle. The coolant system's a real fucking nightmare in this car. I don't know, it's not the right amount of quartz in it. It may just be old. Right there, no. Oh no, we're gonna find out. All right, yeah, so this vehicle takes 5W20, about 5.2 quarts. So I'm gonna run probably about 2.5 of a quart through it just to sort of clean it out a little bit. All right, this is the fun part. It shouldn't be tightened down too much. Usually about 9 foot-pounds is it. Really awkward position, but just try to grip it best you can, and then slightly without crushing it, because you don't know if it doesn't come off and you crush it, it could turn into a real nightmare. But just gently sort of get it loosened up to the point where you can hopefully, yep, just start spilling it off. Sorry. And then get your everything, all the oils mainly leaked out of the back of it. Just let it drain all over itself, because that's the engineering Ford likes. That's a little darker. A better sign. Alright, so we're gonna finagle this filter back in here. You don't need to add any fluid to it. It's specifically made to sit like that, so there's no dry start or whatever. Just sort of work your way up in, find your little screw hole, and start twisting. Try not to misthread it. Of course, put a little bit of oil on the rubber just so it can seat once you basically hand tighten it. I mean, I wouldn't want to do anything more than that, just so you can get it off next time. That's probably good enough. If you do see any leaks or have an issue, you can go up there with your oil filter tool and just tighten it down just a little bit more, but definitely be sure not to over tighten that. You would have to take all these hoses off, move this AC thing just to get a good enough grip to be able to yank that thing off. It's about 9 foot-pounds. And then we're going to go ahead and put the oil plug back in. And it's anywhere between 18 and 21 foot-pounds. So just a couple of taps on your ratchets will be fine. Let's go find the plug. Alright, clean everything off real well. Put this plug back in. I got it on front jacks for now, just so the oil could drain as good as it can. Get most of it out of there. It's got a little rubber seal on it. They do sell those once this one starts to deteriorate. Yeah, just a good hearty spin on that. You should be good. We're gonna go ahead and put maybe about 3 to 4 quarts in there with it still jacked like this. Then we'll get under here, we'll put this cover on, make sure nothing's leaking, and then fill it up the rest of the way, able to check the dipstick to ensure that it's properly filled. Alright, I know in the beginning of the video, in the pan, I showed just a straight fit black funnel. With this vehicle, you will need a flexible funnel. Even with the reservoir, when you fill that up, you need a flexible funnel to get back in there and fill everything up. So flex funnel for sure in this vehicle, super handy. All right, we're gonna go ahead and just drop about 3 to 4 right in there. Listen for any drips. Like, we'll just put the whole 5 in there. I mean, it only takes 5.2, so it should be fine. And we'll top it off and check it with the dipstick and everything. All right, so now we're just gonna make sure that nothing's leaking. Really just worried about that oil filter because I just sort of like hand tightened it. Looks pretty good. There's no real movement. There is a little bit of discoloration from oil that was left on there, but I don't see any dripping or any moving oil, so that's a good sign. Check your plug. These plugs are actually really good plugs. Nice seal on them, reusable seal over and over, so that's super nice. No leakage out of there. All right, so we're gonna set her down. Well, we're gonna put the cage back on it and then set her back down.